I got in from work late last night, was on 5 hours sleep, woke up at 8 a.m. to watch West Ham, and let's be quite honest, it wasn't 100% worth it. So I tried to get back to bed after the game, couldn't do it, and I'm in a really grumpy mood at the time of recording this video. So I won't go off on a rant and I won't go off on one. But anyway, as you can probably tell from the title, West Ham didn't win. They drew 0-0 with Southampton. I'm just going to get into it and just talk about the game, okay? I'm running on very little sleep and just want to get this over and done with. This is the first time this season where I've seen West Ham not be 100% at the best. In fact, everybody looked a little bit off today. No, I think West Ham was still doing the same things as they usually have done this season, the things that have been effective, notably the counter-attacking system. But it just was a little bit slower today. It wasn't as quick-paced or as energetic as it has been in previous games. In all honesty, you could argue we were lucky to end the game with a point. You know, Southampton hit the post and some last-minute heroics from Declan Rice saved us. But there are a lot of things to talk about in this game. I'm going to talk about, you know, as per usual with these videos, I'm going to be talking about team lineups, what happened in the game, and where I think things didn't go quite well for West Ham. But overall, I get this impression that Southampton sussed us out and know what West Ham were doing, did their homework on us, and were intent on just holding back. And they did that very, very well for most of the game. But before I go off on a tangent and make this shortest video ever, I'm going to go straight into the starting 11. I know a lot of people had been calling for Kurt Zouma and Alphonse Areola to start in this game. I was one of those people. They didn't actually start though. Craig Dawson started, and it was pretty much an unchanged team. And the big risk of doing that was that Southampton did kind of know what to expect in a way. Well, I think that they must have seen our starting 11, seen that's the same one that's been played in the last 3 games, and thought, okay, we know what to expect now against this lot. However, West Ham's bench had quality on it, because Zouma was on the bench, as was Alex Kral and Nikola Vlasic. Obviously, I would have liked to have seen Zouma play over Dawson. I think that would have been better. But, you know, this is the thing. Dawson has made goal-costing mistakes in games. Okay. And having Zouma in there would have added that bit more solidity. But Dawson started in the game, and I wasn't going to judge him until the full-time whistle. But still, I would have liked Zouma to have started. The opening 10 minutes was full of a lot of passing football. I mean, West Ham did counter a few times, and there were good signs to show that West Ham were going for it. And, you know, West Ham defended where they need to. Dawson blocked Moussa Djenepo's shot. It was curling in. Livramento for Southampton. His cross nearly went in, but Fabianski caught it last minute. I felt like we just needed one break and one little penetrative pass into Southampton's defence to really get West Ham going. But, like I said before, West Ham did counter and got the ball out wide to other players, but Southampton sat back, and as I said earlier, Southampton knew what to expect from us. And they did know that. Why? Because they defended really well to nullify our attacks. That's why West Ham didn't score, in all honesty, because Southampton nullified that attacking system. And there was no plan B. That was what else we had. We had no plan B in the game. We have this great system we'll talk about. We don't have a plan B. We don't have an option B. What if the counter-attacking system doesn't work? Maybe we just play the ball on the ground more. Maybe we play it more aerially. Well, we can't really do that because we don't have any aerial strikers, or we don't have any aerial real wingers. You know, you can't play Bowen in an aerial position because he's only good on the ground. So what I'm saying is we had no plan B, and that counter system was entirely our plan A, and plan A wasn't really working that effectively. And there wasn't really much to talk about in this first half because it was really drab. It was really boring. Everybody was really off pace. Pablo Fornals wasn't doing very well in that first half. Soucek was a bit non-existent. Declan Rice and Jarrod Bowen were fantastic. Everybody else was really off it and not really having their heads in the game. They weren't stuck into it as much and weren't really fully focused. Yeah, everyone was just a bit lacklustre in that first half. I wanted half-time to come so the players could get a bit of an energy boost and, yeah, see if we could go again in the second half. I know that was very brief about the first half of the game, but there wasn't much to talk about. It wasn't very eventful. Second half, kind of eventful. Southampton had a counter-attack. Redmond fired off target eventually, and thankfully that was broken down because it was really, really, really good movement from them. I mean, we had like 4 or 4 defenders in the box trying to scramble the ball away. Redmond ended up shooting on his weaker foot from a wide angle, and it went over. Soucek headed over the bar as well. But when West Ham did end up making a substitution to try and change things up, Ben Rama came off and Nikola Vlasic came on. And this was a good substitution, and let me tell you why. Vlasic came on and he looked really energetic. Whereas most players were looking really out of it and lethargic, Vlasic looked sharp. He was making direct runs. He was good at dribbling with the ball. He was cutting into the box. Vlasic was looking a good option. He does look good. I know he was only on for around half an hour or so in this game, but he was looking good, at least. Jarrod Bowen forced Alex McCarthy into a save from a half volley. And then there was an error from our defence. I think it was Dawson with the error. And Armando Borgia went and attacked the other way. Went one-on-one with Fabianski. Put it past Fabianski and hit the post. Had my heart in my mouth, actually, when that happened. Because if that had gone in, I would have been saying, get rid of Dawson now out of the team. And to be honest today, Dawson did do some of his defensive duties correctly. Dawson had a slightly better game than Ogbonna. And I never thought I'd say that about Dawson. But Dawson did have a slightly better game than Ogbonna did today. But, you know, Southampton were getting closer. And closer to getting that goal. They were threatening in that second half. And Southampton were the better side in that second half. West Ham were... I wouldn't say West Ham were hitting the panic button. But West Ham didn't know what to do as such. And that concerned me a bit. Stoppage time was interesting. Not at least eventful. Declan Rice saved West Ham's arses by clearing the ball off the line. I think the header was from Borgia. Rice was on the line to clear it off. Goal line technology showed the ball was like halfway over the line. And it was so close still. Rice saved West Ham and got him a point here. A few moments later, Michail Antonio was sent off for a double yellow card. I think it was a bit light. A bit of a decision that wasn't really worthy of a red card in my opinion, but he did go in quite hard into the tackle. And it's a stupid move for him. But at least we have another strike. Oh, no we don't. At least we've got Meepo. Oh, no we don't. See, this is why we should have signed a striker in the transfer window. And Moyes has taken a massive risk by not signing a striker. Why? Because Antonio's now suspended and we're going to end up putting in a Bowen or Yarmolenko up front. Pray to God, not Yarmolenko. And the issue with that is we're going to have to stick somebody else on the wing where Bowen goes. So this is why signing a striker was of the utmost importance in the summer transfer window. Look what's happened now. Michail Antonio's banned for a game. And it's not good. Because we have no one up front now. We're completely reliant on him. And Antonio, even though he was looking off today, even if he has a run of games where he's playing badly, he knows he's going to play anyway because there's no one to challenge him for that spot. You know what I'm saying? Finished 0-0 anyway. The players, overall, just players look really tired. And that's a bit worrying given that we've got a huge schedule coming up where we're going to be playing 2 times per week for the next month or so. I think Craig Dawson needs to come out and we need to put in Zuma for the game against Man United. Because Dawson struggles to cope against pacey strikers and pacey players. You know, they body him more than the Manson family did to all their victims. So, you know, we need to change up the team. We need to change up things in this team. And, you know, change the starting 11. Maybe change the tactics. Moyes will probably go 5 at the back against Manchester United, I reckon, because he'll need to be defensive. We need to change up the lineup because Southampton saw that we were an unchanged team. They knew what was coming. We need to throw in 1 or 2 surprises in a few games to get teams off guard a little bit. But yeah, you know, I'm not trying to be overly negative about this game, but West Ham did look tired. I looked a bit off-paced, like I keep saying. But the positives are that it's a clean sheet, and West Ham are still unbeaten in the league. So you can't moan about that, but it's not really how I want West Ham to play, and it's not really the results we kind of want, based on the performance. Thank you very much for watching this episode of The Aftermath. If you liked the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. I've got a busy week of YouTube coming up because I'm doing all my coverage for the Europa League, and I'm going to be doing my preview and then post-game show for the Manchester United game. So thank you very much for watching this video. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. And if you're going to Croatia next week, I wish you a safe flight, and I hope you have a good time at the game.